And I was raised Southern. In a room, you open your mouth and you speak to everyone,
Exactly.
right? And there were several women that I recognized. All of the women did not look like me. I was the
Right.
only one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But there was this one in particular who had the distinct look on her face of who let the help in the front door. I'll say it like that, right? As I walked in the room and spoke to everyone. And so we have, the spouse meetings, there's this, and then at a certain point, you get down to the business of the squadron and how we're supporting the guys and whatever. And so I will never forget the commanding officer's wife. She got the process of introducing all of the new spouses to the
Hmm.
group, and she gets to my husband and she calls him by sign, which is customary.
Hmm.
And she said, yeah, this is so and so's wife. So and so is the new department head here, da da da. And
Hmm.
woman me that look of
Hmm.
offense that I dared walk in the front door.
Hmm. Hmm.
I happen to look her gaze as she's looking up, and I notice all of the color draining from her face.
She's like, oh, I did not know what I was doing.
And that
Right.
matters. I
Wow.
figured out through conversation with other people who her husband was.
Hmm.
And it was unfortunate. My husband and I had just maybe 2 days prior to that meeting had a conversation where he was speaking to me about her husband and how fond he was of him, his work ethic, etc.
Wow.
So
Hmm.
that color draining face, or that facial experience, that we were our eyes locked and she's losing color. She realized her husband works for my husband. Oh, it was the
Wow.
best. It was the
Other way
ever.
around,
No,
right?
ma'am. No, ma'am. And so that of itself, I think, is
Hilarious.
a lesson about first impressions,
It
right? Because
is.
you
It
never
really is.
know
Yeah.
who's in the room. And she
Right. You
really
never
looked
know.
offended when I walked in the room, did
Right.
not speak, kind of smirked at me, and and all of the